first and foremost, it's customary that we take a shot. So we're gonna start this off with a shot to stack bundles.
Chinks.
As well as Chinks drugs.
Everybody I lost too. I just lost one of my little mans too, like about 2 weeks ago.
That's a whole fact. I also wanna, this is also in remembrance of my son Messiah.
That's right. Salute.
Peace.
Oh, already.
Now, I brought you, the reason why I brought you here, because you fit the criteria of what V.S.O.P stands for. V.S.O.P stands for principle. It's principle over everything, 10 toes down. It stands for a person who always remained true, regardless of the struggle, regardless of whatever the situation was. So when you're dealing with V.S.O.P, you're dealing with the highest of his class, but 10 toes down. You feel me? So from what I see and what I know of you, I always have seen that in your character. I don't know you personally, but you know, through them saying, you know, the history, through the music, I always viewed you as being a stand-up individual. And that's one of the reasons why I'm saying, you know, we reached out to you, and this is the reason why we're here.
Appreciate it.
So with that being said, we're gonna pop this bottle.
All right. Pop both of them?
We could pop both of them.
We gonna pop one of them?
Yeah, we'll say that one for the studio.
All right, cool.
Facts. Well, we definitely get rid of them.
Shout out to Drake.
Yeah, definitely shout out to motherfucking Drake on this MOD. I honestly feel like MOD is the best champagne out there.
You serious?
That's a whole fact.
Bottle looking decent.
Yeah, bottle looking brutal. That heroin brown. That's a whole fact. That's a whole fact.
Feeling real decent. I fuck with it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now, you're originally from Far Rock?
Yeah, born and raised.
Born and raised.
Yeah, St. John's Hospital.
St. John Hospital. Can you, now mind you, I'm saying, you know, you're upstate New York, you're in Garnerville, I'm saying, but Spring Valley, New York, you gotta explain to them, because we're from upstate New York, so they don't fully comprehend Far Rock. Can you give us a brief description?
Well, basically, Far Rock is just like, all right, New York, you know, we got 5 boroughs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We like the 6th borough, just like Coney Island say that shit too, but we the 6th borough, like, we in between Long Island and Brooklyn, but we on the end of the map. We like the last stop on the A train. You know what I'm saying? They consider us Queens, but, you know, we just consider ourselves Far Rock, but it's considered Far Rockaway, Queens. You know what I'm saying? So we more close to Jamaica, Jamaica, Queens, Long Island, and Brooklyn. But we at the end, you know what I'm saying? So we got Long Beach over there and Rockaway Park with a lot of the rich people. It's a lot of, you know what I'm saying? It's different. It's like it's all mixture out there, but Far Rock is definitely a different type of town. Like, you know, I call it Baby Compton because there's so much shit that happens out there, you don't really see it. You see what they want you to see because it's beachfront property out there, so they trying to sell that.
Facts.
They don't want to be sitting there saying somebody got shot every night, this is happening every night. That'd be kind of crazy.
Facts.
So when somebody want to move out there, they be like, well, I ain't fucking moving out there, you know what I'm saying? There's too much going on out there, but Far Rock it's just we in our own world, you know what I'm saying? It's only one way in, one way out, and it's a lot of projects out there that's close to each other.
How many projects you would say?
It's Red Fern, 40s, Pink Fern.
Pink Firm?
They named it Pink Fern, I think, because of the color of the bricks.
Oh, okay.
Pink Fern,
Copy,
yeah. Because Red Fern was original, and then they had made these
that.
new development that had like the pink building. So I guess, you know, Far Rockaway talk. You know, they said Pink Fern.
Now, what part are you from exactly?
I'm from Red Fern and Gateway. You know what I'm saying? I was born on Gateway Boulevard. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know where Gateway is at. It's right by where the 101 precinct is at. Popeyes. We like kind of in the center, like by the beach, in between Central Avenue and everything. And Red Fern is over by Central Avenue too. But then I moved to Red Fern Projects when I was like 7 years old.
7 years old, okay.
Yeah, so I was back and forth. My grandmother, God bless her soul.
Bless her soul.
She was on, definitely. She was on Gateway and my mom was in Red Fern. So I still was
Raised
living.
by?
But I was mainly raised by my grandmother more.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I was with my moms, you know what I mean, for a certain amount of time. But to her last days, in which is next month, it'll be 2 years, like, she was everything to me more, like
Right.
everything. Even when I was in jail, everything. I'm talking about
Of
there for
course.
me for every last thing.
Same
But I
here.
still love my moms, but my grandmoms was just there for me for every last thing. It didn't matter what's going on, you know what I'm saying? My moms and them had moved out to Texas. So, you know, they started, you move out there, you got to start a different type of life out there. It's
Right.
totally different. I moved out there, but I couldn't.
What year? What?
Oh, I was out there long ago. I'm talking about where, when I was drinking lean, it wasn't even a thing to talk about it
Wasn't a
in
thing,
New
yeah.
York, out
Right.
there. You know what I'm saying? That's when I found out with the cars doing, they swerving. And, you know, I've been in a whole situation where it was 100 cars and we swerving and all this shit. So I didn't understand. I used to see the videos until I got out there. But
Right.
it was kind of slow. And I think my speed was just too fast to be
Right.
out there. And I probably needed
I can see that.
more New York people out there with me, because it was hard for me to cope with certain things, you know what I'm saying? Because I was just moving too fast for it. So I couldn't fully manage, so I just came back.
Right.
But it's crazy because I got a good story, because when I first got out there, I heard Little Scrappy for the first time, that
Little
Get On My
Scrappy.
Level.
Right.
That's before it was out, though. Out there, it was booming. Like booming. Because I was like, yo,
Booming.
what the fuck is this shit? I was in some spot, went to some colleges, so I called Stack. I'm like, yo, you need to get this instrumental. I ain't know the name of this shit. You know what I'm saying? It was, I said, get off my lever.
Get off my
Because I
level.
didn't know what they were saying
Facts,
too much, you know what I'm
facts,
saying?
facts.
So Stack tried to find it, whatever. He was like, yo, the shit, I can't find it. It's not out. You know it took a year for it to make the New York?
Say what? A year?
A year. It took a year for us to really get in tune with it, but I was already out there hearing it. I was
Facts.
hearing Mike Jones. Like, I was getting in cars when niggas was bumping Mike Jones,
Jones.
mixtapes.
Yeah.
And shit. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Even when Get Rich or Die Trying was out, I get in a nigga car, and I remember first time a nigga was playing it, I said, hey, yo, G's, yo, something wrong with your tape deck. The shit playing mad slow. He was like, nah, that's how we listen
that
to it
shit.
out here. It's screwed
Yeah,
up.
screwed up.
So everything I had to listen to was screwed up riding around. So I had to drink that shit and get used to it. Then I understood after I got
Facts.
fucked up. But, you know.
Because I still can't, like, some of it, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, you have to be like, you know what I mean? In
You
that
gotta
world.
be in that world to understand. You know
understand
what I'm
it,
saying? I'm
yes.
glad that I got an opportunity to be out there early.
To see that culture.
Yeah, because they used to ask me, what's going on with the 50 Cent Ja Rule beef, New York? And shit
Yeah,
like that. You know what I'm saying? So it was
Right.
different. It was an experience. And I think if I probably would have stayed out there, I probably would have elevated in a different type of way, though.
Yes.
Total different
Total different type of way.
And I probably could have took over because I was seeing things that wasn't shaking out there. Like, it was hard to get weed.
Facts.
Like, it took me about 2 weeks to get weed. Like,
Yeah.
I was stressed out.
I can relate.
Until I happened to, you know, my brother got some nigga that just brought me to the hood, and I got to see the real hood where the garbage was piled up so high, you couldn't see the house that it was connected to,
was
like
connected
where it
to.
came from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When the doors off the hinges, when you knock on the door, a nigga answered the door with a Kango on and Reebok Classics with a Mac 11. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And nigga wasn't giving out no weed bags. You just be like, yo, I'm on $5. The nigga just go in the bag and just dump it, put in your shit.
And, geez, you know what's crazy? So like, and that's the culture. That's the experience. So my line come from Alabama. So Alabama Montgomery. Now, Alabama Montgomery it's still serious to this day. I remember being 6, 7, and my cousins being 8, 9, carrying guns down there, man. You know, I remember being 7 up in the crack house down there. You know, like that's the culture down there.
It's crazy. Like I said, I was in there, man. That shit was, I was in the real, that's my first time in a real trap house where the bathroom was so dirty that I wanted to pee outside.
Facts.
That's how bad it was.
That's how
They were like,
bad it
niggas
was.
killed the nigga in the tub. Oh, they looked bad in there. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that was regular to them. And that was my first time when I seen the nigga go in the refrigerator and pull out all of them fucking prescription bottles. But I didn't understand what it was. And they did it with Hawaiian Punch. But they'll put the ice in the cup and pour the shit all over the ice and then put the Hawaiian shit on there, shake it up. So when I tasted it, it tasted kind of aight. It didn't really taste bad. I still tasted the Hawaiian Punch, but then after a while, I started feeling a little sluggish, you know, a little slow with it. But it felt kind of good because at the end of the day, I told you I was out there and I ain't have no liquor. They didn't let me get nothing from the liquor store because I had no ID and I ain't have no weed.
Right.
So I ain't give a fuck. And I gave the nigga $5, and I swear that $5 rolled up 9 Phillies. I swear to God, 9 Phillies. I couldn't believe that shit.
Blunts,
I swear, I said they didn't give a fuck because everybody that nigga was serving coming out the crib, It wasn't bagged up. He just went in a big bag.
Fact. And
Dump
just
it in your
that
hand.
shit.
Get out of here. I saw this shit different. But it was an experience, though.
That's a whole fact. All right, so you come back to New York. Now, what, you wasn't rhyming yet?
No, I was.
Oh, you was rhyming?
I was, we was like we was actually
the first group?
in Riot Squad mode, kinda.
Okay.
And
because the pre-Riot Squad, what was the name?
First it was S5.
S5, there you go.
It was S5, it was just starting 5. And then it got broken down to the Riot Squad when I brought Chinks to it. You know
Okay, so you brought Chinks into the situation.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I never knew that Chinks was from LI.
Yeah.
Now, look, now check it. So I'm up, what spot was I in? I was in Bear Hill. You familiar with Bear Hill? Mm-hmm. I was in Bear Hill. So, shout out to the homie, man. What was the homie name? Homie put it in too, man. But the homie was from LI. His name would come back to me. And he was saying, like, you know, he was saying that Chinks was from LI. So I never heard through Chinks' music. I'm gonna keep it 100. And this was a conversation that me and someone was having, like, through the music. I never heard him express that he was from LI. So I'm like, nah, you bugging, my nigga. And I debated him to the last minute. I'm like, why he never expressed it through the music or whatever. But I never knew that. I never knew that.
Chinks never really expressed that to me neither. Like, I mean, he was from Edgemere too. You know, he still had family out in Harlem. You know what I mean? So he was running around. But when I met him, you know what I'm saying, through my barber. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I used to like always meet my barber on Sundays, and he was a friend of mine, a childhood friend.
Right.
And we'd go smoke, rap, and everything. And Chinks came there, met him that day, and that's how we clicked. Like ever since that day, we had clicked. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I took him to the studio like the next day. We recorded a record, and then it's history. But it's more stories. A lot of stories.
Yeah, a lot of stories. Yeah,
a lot of stories.
Facts. I mean, I'm watching it from YouTube. I see a lot of early footage with y'all, so I know, it's authentic. You know what I mean? For sure.
I'm gonna fuck with this.
Say, let's put
Now,
a
that
put
shit tasting good though.
Yeah.
I didn't want to mix it too crazy.
It's kind of sweet a little bit, right?
Yeah, I mean that shit. I ain't gonna hold you. The shit tastes good though.
Facts. I like it.
I ain't gonna hold you.
I like this shit.
And I ain't no champagne drinker.
Yeah, I fucks with I'm a champagne drinker for sure.
I'm really a tequila guy. You know what I'm
okay.
saying? But I'll do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I would have got this tequila.
Wow,
Should've said so.
definitely. Well, but I do this, mix it with the little rag.
Copy.
Wow.
So, okay. So, moving forward. So, now, so you're day one with Stack.
Yeah, I knew Stack before rap.
Before rap.
Yeah, he was.
So let's speak about that.
Well, basically, like I told you, I moved to Red Firm when I was younger, in the '80s.
In the 80s.
And
if you
Stack
how
was
old are you?
you know. I'm like a young OG.
Fact.
Yeah, I'm a young OG. Like,
Copy.
you know what I mean? But in the 80s, you know what I'm saying, Red Firm was like real crazy because I lived on the first floor.
Okay.
And like they was shooting every night. So I remember, you remember the different strokes bump beds? One that came sideways and then they had the other shit. Back in the day, that was some shit to have in your crib if you had that. Because different stroke, Arnold and them had that. It was like, that was a special bump bed.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You could put the dresser right there. You could probably hide in there, do all types of crazy shit.
Facts.
They was shooting so much, my mom had to take the top shit down, turn it to like a low bed. You know what I'm saying? Because we used to have to get in the tub sometime, all that. Like,
How many brothers and sisters? How many siblings?
I got a few.
Few?
I got a few, man. Okay. 2 brothers. One of my 2 brothers and sister, and one of my brothers I ain't seen like I ain't seen him since he was like I think 4 or 5. Okay. He probably like so it's been like over 20 years I ain't seen him. Wow. He never seen my kids, nothing. My other family, like I lost contact with my father's side of the family.
Okay, yeah, it happened. Yeah.
So I haven't none of them. I haven't seen nobody for like probably about 2 decades, going on 3 decades close.
Okay.
So I just been looking for them. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Sit down, sick around. Hope.
Yeah, but with Stack's situation, I knew Stack since he was small. And my mom's got married. Stack family was his cousin was the best man at my mom's wedding.
Okay.
And so they was always a part of it, you know what I mean? He was just a young guy with, he had braces at the time. He was young, he wasn't really doing anything at that time. But I think it was dancing, you know what I'm saying? That was big out there in Red Firm at that time.
I seen some of the footages.
I was a DJ at
Okay.
that time. I still knew how to rap, but it wasn't nothing crazy. I was more into DJing though
Right.
at that time. So I was DJing.
You're older than Stack.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm old. I was the oldest out of everybody. Chinks was the youngest.
Yeah, facts.
So yeah, man. So I knew Stack way before rap.
Way before rap, yes.
Way
yes.
before rap.
So the bond is official bond.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Like, he had his own set of friends and everything, but it's like, you know how you can know a whole lot of people, but everybody got their best.
Yes.
It's just, I was a person who, I was active with a lot of people
Right.
growing up, especially in the projects at that time. Like, that was, nigga, you had to be a part of something out there, you know what I'm saying? So, and plus it was a wild time at that time. So, you know, everybody had cliques, little cliques before the gangs and all that shit started. It was cliques, you know what I'm saying? So they had the scramblers out there, and that was all of us, you know what I'm saying? We was dancers and boosters.
Copy.
And I was the DJ, so I used to DJ the parties and shit.
So from what I seen, Stack was always a star, right? But I even noticed, like, just from the history, the transition. Like, he was on a little boy shit, and then that transition, like, you know what I mean? That talk. Like, Stack had that talk. And you got that talk too. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it 100. You got that talk too. You know what I'm saying? But Stack, you know, Stack is amongst, you know, Stack is amongst them saying, you know, Jay and them, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? Like, Stack had that talk, man. Like, he had the lingo, he had the ebonics, like Stack had it.
So you know what it was too, a lot of people don't understand, like, Stack used to read the raw reports. So when we was in the city, he'll get the raw reports.
Right.
So Stack wasn't a, how can I say it? I never seen him watch TV.
Okay.
Like, he'd have a TV, the shit'd just be on, like with the screen. He always was just listening to the beats and shit like that. And I probably seen him playing a game one time, but I never ever seen him really watching movies or anything. And niggas was already in the fashion because niggas was boosting. So we had a lot of fly niggas around. And he was a fly nigga too. And
So did Stack, for the record, right? Did Stack start the rock and roll swag? As far as with the, you know, the belts, the jeans.
I mean, what Stack was around, you know, you have to get something from something.
No, actual fact.
So
actual
at
fact.
the time, I think once he got with Jim, he was doing that because I ain't gonna lie, the first time I came to the studio, he had on some like tight car pants.
Yeah.
With the chain, I was just mad. You know what I'm saying? I'm just mad as a friend though. Like, what are you doing with these tight jeans on?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And yo, geez, nah, this is that lifestyle. No. I'm like, yo, this guy right here, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't catch on till later, like everybody else. There was other people that was out there like, yo, why you wearing that? This is the time when niggas was wearing loose jeans.
Loose jeans.
So if you had tight jeans on, niggas was, especially hood niggas, was taking that personal. Especially niggas who never really traveled out or was doing what these other guys was doing. You know what I'm saying? See, these guys got around that lifestyle, so they seen something different. So Stack got around and he seen something different. He was a sponge. You know what I'm saying?
You know, he actual fact. And it's crazy, right? Because I said that and not even knowing him, because people were saying things like, yeah, you know, like Jim was already in the loop. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Jim is loopy. He was already in the loop. But not saying that, I'm saying, you know, Stack didn't contribute, you know what I'm saying? But Jim was already in the loop. If a nigga understand what I'm saying, like, you know what I mean? So, you know, Stack absorb that, and then add on to that, it's gonna be powerful, you know what I'm saying? For sure. So I can see that with what you're saying. And you answered that right, like, facts. Because niggas was like, saying he started that. I remember seeing the baggy shit.
Man, I could say he started it for our side.
Facts.
For
That's
our
something different.
side.
Yeah.
For like Far Rock and the Queen side of things, like he started it for that. You know what I'm saying? Especially for that era. But, you know, niggas like Jim, like you said, was already in situations.
Yeah, was already in situations.
So Stack was on his way to being in bigger situations.
Facts.
So, yeah, so that shit fit his style. It fit everything about him, you know what I'm saying?
Actual facts. So now, the deals came through Stack, I'm guessing. And he linked y'all in?
No, basically, like, Stack got a situation. He already had a situation before Jim and them. When,
I figured.
like, when I first came home, shit,
what year we talking?
2000. I came home with 2000.
From what spot?
In Rwanda.
Yeah,
okay. So when I came home, like, I was like the nicest nigga out. out there, like serious. Like
No, in fact,
I was a different type.
The bars
of,
is dead.
I'm a different nigga. Like niggas don't know Stack learned a lot from me.
Facts.
But it's like it's a lot of things that people discredit another person that actually been around. And a lot of people around the world go through that. They done been around serious situations, and they get discredited by other people or situations, or don't be spoke about. Like they wasn't a significant part of something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm probably the closest person that could mimic Stack everything, but I won't do that because that's not me.
Facts.
That's him.
Facts.
But I'm cut from that cloth of when I first came home, I was going to that man's house every single day. It's not a day.
House meaning what? Family house or
his house?
His house. Okay.
To not we ain't go fuck with no bitches, nothing. Niggas went there and was working on new songs, new flows, new everything.
Where was the house at? Where was the crib at? It was
Yeah, he had a it was I think what 1302, 1310. It was right across from 1270. I was in 1270, but he was on the second floor and his window could see like the middle of the projects and shit like that. His bedroom window and his kitchen window could see like the sides where you could see the streets and the stores and all of that. But he was up there. He had his roommates because his family left him the crib, so he had his best friends up there, and they were staying there and. We just go up there, just do music all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time.
How was it being in the hood with? I'm gonna let you finish because I have a lot of questions.
No,
and shit,
God, like it was like I said. At this time, I'm just coming home.
Yeah, you just coming home.
But before that,
so he already has fame at this point.
No,
okay,
no fame. At this time, before all of that, I was on the phone with another childhood friend of ours that was named Uno. And Uno put us on a 3-way call. And this is before I came to Rockaway after I came home, because I was staying in the Bronx. I caught all my situations in the Bronx. I never got in trouble in Far Rock. It's so weird.
What part of the Bronx?
On Teller Avenue, 166.
Okay.
Finley and everything. Word. So like out there, I was running around, doing what I do in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? Early 90s. And I moved from Redfern to there, you know what I'm saying? But when I came home, got on the phone, he put him on the phone, but I didn't know. He said his name, but I know him as Raekwon, but I didn't know him as what he was saying, Stack. So I'm like, who is this? I was like, you sound hot. Niggas was like, niggas, we was going crazy. I said, yo, I'm coming out there. Came out there. We was like in the middle of the area. We was in front of the 70 building. I never forget. It was, rest in peace to a lot of people that was out there. And at this time, dancing is more important, kinda. Right. Niggas wasn't really ciphering and getting busy with the lyrics and Rockaway. It wasn't nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? We had a big cipher. Niggas went crazy. You know what I'm saying? And we was just like connecting, but we already connected because of when he put us on the phone already. And he was like, yo, listen to him now. You know what I'm saying? He rapping now. So when I got with him, the aura was like, yo, I could fuck with him. You know what I mean? On this. Because I wasn't really, I was thinking about smashing any rapper. Like I ran around. Yeah, I even battled Nims around that time in a big competition. Right. Yeah, I hope they probably got footage of that and all that.
You saw what Nims?
Nims now. That's it. Yeah, he was been doing it.
He's from Far Rock?
No, he from Coney Island, but at this time he was slim.
Okay, Nims that chink.
Fuck your life. No, Nims, fuck your life. That's Meek Sims.
Okay, that's Meek Sims.
Yeah, the fuck your life nigga that's doing that right now.
Okay.
The Bing Bong nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, yeah, okay.
At this time, so like a lot of guys is getting their recognition now, like after 20 years.
That's how it be though.
That's how it be.
You gotta,
you know what I'm saying? You gotta go through it.
Yeah, you gotta go through it.
Gotta go through it.
That's what V.S.O.P is about.
You gotta go through it.
You gotta go through it.
You feel me? A lot of people ain't go through it. At this time, it wasn't no internet. None of that shit. You really had to get a CD. You really had to get outside. You really had to wait outside in front of Hot 97. You really had to go to those clubs. You really had to go where these rappers was at. If you heard about a rapper that was nice, niggas went to your block. You know what I'm saying? Whoever was running shit. That's how it was. So once I did the situation with Stack over the phone, got up with him and all of that, Stack went to Chicago.
Yeah, now how did that come about?
Well, that was what a situation he had. I don't know how.
And
that
I know
came
about that shit so much as if I was there. That's how much I know the history.
He was living with Lupe.
Yeah, facts. Fucking with Lupe. Yeah.
We used to always cipher, all three of us. And every time I got on the phone, I'd be like, yo, I never knew how to pronounce son's name. So I was like, yo, just put, what's his name again? Every time I used to say that, Stack like, yo, it's Lupe, G's. You know what I'm saying? But at this time, I was out of town in Utica. You know what I'm saying? Running around. And
shout out to all my solid niggas that's in Utica. peace to all the gods, to all the true living gods that's out in Utica doing what they do, man.
Shouts out to the whole UT. Like I was out there. You know what I'm saying? And,
Likewise.
I'm lost the train of thought, man.
Facts.
But Stack was in Chicago.
Stack was in Chicago.
He was in Chicago.
Facts.
And we was ciphering or whatever, and he was signed the 1st and 15th.
Yeah.
And that was some guy out there or whatever.
You fucking with the flowers, Lord?
What's that?
The flowers is good. They regular flowers if you fucking with them. You know what I'm saying?
What's the flowers, though? Like,
oh, it's weed. I call
some
it flowers.
good shit? Oh, you call it some good shit?
Yeah, some good shit, yeah.
All right.
It's straight.
What it's hitting.
Because you know, it's rolled up already, but you know how niggas, they good money.
I ain't really the nigga that be like, oh, smoke this one, smoke this one, smoke this one. Like, I'm an old school nigga, you know what I'm saying? I smoke what I like, and that's it.
Yeah, likewise.
I don't have weed talks and all that.
Right.
It is what it is,
It is
man.
what it is, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he was out there, we used to be ciphering all the time, and I was UT, and I was telling him, like, yo, we need to form something. You know, like the Woo.
Now, what year? This is what?
This is about 2000.
Oh, this is 2000, okay.
2000, 01. It's around this time.
Okay.
And, you know, it's crazy because, later on in life, I put out some shit called Stat Bonus CAU2GS, the Pros and Cons DVD.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
But the crazy part is that's the first time me and him ever rapped on camera. Ever.
Okay.
And that was by just going to a nigga we know crib, that was his birthday, and they just had a little camcorder, and we rapped over niggas who was rapping on their tracks. But if niggas ever watch the Pros and Cons DVD or check it out, you'll see that we knew each other's raps, every last thing.
Facts.
And we rapped for over 2 hours nonstop. And if you ever watch that, if you count it, we probably spit 30 raps apiece. And I don't know how many rappers could do that.
Right.
Without skipping nothing, you didn't forget nothing. Like, we was on point because I told you I was going to his crib all the time.
Yeah.
So we didn't even know we was in the gym.
Yeah, the album. Yeah, I had the algorithm.
Right.
Fact.
We was in the gym, though, and didn't fully know. We were just doing it for fun. It felt good.
Right.
But the whole time we was creating stuff, and I never understood that. He was sitting there being a sponge to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was good at switching up flows and creating flows.
Yeah,
I never rapped the same, ever. Every time I rapped was totally different. For every record, I don't know, I just adapt to it because of the records my grandma sent me up north. Like, she sent me DMX, Busta, Biggie, J. Remember, I didn't have no instrumentals, so I had to rap over them niggas. So I had to kind of make a rap just like them. Big Pun and all of that shit. All that shit, you know what I'm saying? And I brought that to my situation. That's why I call myself the flow of the century.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't really know my story or understand it. Because sometimes when...
And that's why you gonna tell it now.
Yeah, you know, you could get... It's like, when people look at the headliners or the people that get more light from a situation, they kind of think you ain't doing nothing.
Facts.
But you are still responsible for that person getting to that at the same time.
You are just as important as the person.
But they don't want that.
But they don't...
It's a lot of people that get around situations.
Facts.
They don't want that. They love when niggas divide and conquer.
Facts.
They love when, because there's somebody probably that don't like you right now, but they can't show it.
Facts. That's a
They
fact.
gotta wait till the right time.
They wait till the right time.
And then they start bonding with the people that don't like you now.
Facts.
Because they was waiting for that. You know what I'm saying? That's a fucked up situation that, like, we got as people, you know what I'm saying, coming up, you know what I mean? So
It is.
But we was really like getting busy, and I told him when I was upstate, I'm like, yo, listen, we could start some shit, like a Wu-Tang, because I always was like that. I used to always see when we all got together, more bitches came out. We had more fun.
Facts.
We got more attention.
Facts.
More energy came.
Facts.
And it's so weird when I watched the Wu-Tang Saga and I see what RZA was doing. I said I was doing the same fucking thing, but besides me, I wasn't doing beats.
Yeah.
But my mind frame wasn't just about me. It never was just fully about me. I always wanted to have a team because you bring in more. So if it's all of us, he could bring 20 niggas from his hood, he could bring 20 from his hood, 20 from his hood, someone. We move, we about like 100 deep. A whole different type of niggas.
Different type of niggas.
Now it's scary because Far Rock don't get together, and that's the first time Far Rock ever in the history of hip hop got niggas from totally different hoods that don't really get along. Certain people's friends and shit like that don't fuck with each other. And we put it together. You know what I'm saying? And it worked.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Salute. Definitely salute to the whole motherfucking Far Rock. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember the guy's name who I bumped into in Austin County. He was from Far Rock too. He was he was busting cars. He had got caught up in a situation and ended up in the county. You know what I'm saying, you know, salute to him. So moving forward, okay, so Stack starts to prepare. Well, okay, so with coining the Riot Squad, because you didn't touch on, you were speaking on it, but didn't like.
It's so much. Basically this because I already know what you want to know.
Facts. What we want to know.
Yeah,
Facts.
what you and the people want to know. So
facts.
Once Stack came back, like
from Chicago,
when we first started the S5, the thing was it was Who's Next Entertainment. I was part of a situation, you know what I mean, with a guy named Mike Doc, you know what I'm saying, that was running a situation. And
yeah, I think I heard
all the artists that was down with the situation went to jail, nigga, like for some big numbers. Everybody. I was the only person that, you know what I'm saying, I was good. And when I came to his attention, because I was already fucking with him on some street shit, and I told him about Stack. He didn't know Stack. He didn't know nobody. I was like, yo, Stack is my friend. Nobody really liked Stack in the beginning. This is the funny part.
Right.
Like, everybody I would try to talk to, they always try to say something bad about him or something, some weird shit. Oh, he's gay. Oh, this is this. Oh, this, why he got big earrings? Why is this? Why is this? There's always something wild, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I never looked at it like that. I just looked at his potential. And he was a good person, though. Like, he was a real good person to be around.
I mean, he seemed like it.
His
you know what I'm
aura
saying?
was real good. Now, I ain't talking about no nigga, you gotta watch your shit around.
Facts. Like,
oh, yo, the
can
nigga
tell.
gonna steal your shit and
Facts.
Real good nigga.
Real good
You know
nigga.
what I'm saying? Like a real good, solid person. You know what I'm saying? Good heart. Good person. You know what I'm saying? And I remember when I said, you know, I want to form a situation, you know, we got Mike Mills, we got Bishop, Bino, and you know, we was Who's Next Entertainment, and we was running around or whatever, went to Atlanta, All-Star Weekend, all this extra shit, we was doing our thing. But once Bishop and Mike Mills left, you know what I'm saying? No, Mike Mills is still around, but when Bishop left, that's when I bought Chinks. And it turned into S5, because it was just 5 of us. It was S5, basically it was Who's Next Entertainment. Once them niggas went to jail and all that, it turned into S5, you know what I'm saying? And once S5 was done, and Chinks came, that's when the Riot Squad was formed, fully.
Fully.
Because it was still S5, you know what I'm saying, when Chinks was around. But then the Riot Squad kind of formed once he came, because it was too many people there. You know what I mean? So, and it's a crazy way how it formed, because it formed, I wasn't even fucking there.
Facts.
I came back, niggas talking about, yo, it's Riot Squad now. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I didn't even know what's going on. Yo, it's because of this, because the ref firm had a ref firm Riot Squad. So they used that. So I was one of the people that, you know what I'm saying, fuck it. If that's what my mans is running with, I'm fucking with it. Because niggas are supporting me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that was a good look. And then it turned into the Riot. And then like we had, when we was first S5, we did our first freestyle off the grinding beat.
Yeah.
And we did the Welcome to New York City, Cam and
yeah, Cam and Jay John.
yeah, we did that. And I remember, and this is before, this is why Laws of Attraction is crazy. These niggas went and took Clue. You know how Clue had Clue. They took that and just went to the studio and put that on the freestyle.
What?
So niggas played it at this park we got out in Rockaway called Bayswater. So I goes there, everybody outside, it's crowded, niggas just doing the ones and twos. I hear the shit come on, I'm like, but it said DJ Clue, I'm like, so I'm like playing it off, but in my mind I'm open like a motherfucker because I've seen niggas' reactions like,
right.
Yo, these niggas is rapping together? So as I was looking, I was noticing niggas was listening, like, I wanna listen who the next nigga rapping, who's, okay, everybody fucked with it. So we all agree, like, you know what I mean? We gonna keep this shit going.
Keep going, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then after that, that's when we just start locking and loading.
Facts. Okay, so y'all form the Riot Squad. So y'all start to move forward. Now, the Clue situation comes how long after? Because Clue played the part in propelling y'all a little bit.
Yeah, Clue came probably, I'm not gonna be accurate with the time, but he probably came about a year or so after that or something like that. And then
Stack did a couple joints with Clue.
Stack did a situation with him.
Yeah.
And
did some nice work with Clue too.
right,
some
and
nice
I
projects.
helped out with him pushing, because every time he'll scream squad up or he'll say our names.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He'll always
facts.
say stack bundles, buying no drugs, cause 2
Always.
G's. He'll always say that.
Always, yeah.
And, you know, I know it was the beginning, so some people probably caught on, but some didn't because, you know, he didn't get a chance to get to that level
get
to
to
really
that level.
show what he was actually saying.
Facts.
But a lot of people was catching on, you know what I'm saying? Because of Stack, I was probably the second or third, it's only 2 niggas probably from Far Rock we ever got on the Clue tape. And that's when me, Stack, and Joe Buttons did the You Know What Happened record.
Yeah,
You know
fire
what I mean? Which
record.
Swiss Beats end up taking and turning it to You Know Where the Cash At. You heard mad niggas freestyle to that, all of that shit.
Yeah, facts.
And
So who made that beat?
All right, this how the shit go. Once Stack had the Desert Storm situation, we used to go to Miller Studio, which Joe Buttons used to go to in Jamaica.
Okay.
So Stack had a little case, a little leather case that had CDs in it at the time with beats. And we was driving to the studio, so we was hearing a bunch of beats, and I remember that shit came on. And I was like, hey, yo.
That shit hard.
I said, son, that shit sound like the Cassidy, I'm a hustler. It had that.
Yeah, it had that. Facts.
It had
facts,
that.
Facts.
I said, this is nuts. And on the CD, it said Pure Genius, which I'll get to that story later because it's crazy because the guy who did it was in jail at the time and he didn't come home and I ended up meeting him or whatever. And Stack and Joe did a couple of classic freestyles that day.
Facts. They did.
So I was just there supporting. I wasn't there really like, I used to go with him. Sometimes it wasn't all the time for me to record.
Yeah, it's support. Yeah.
Right, so I was
support is
supporting.
everything. Yeah.
So Joe and him, they in there, going at it, arguing, blah, 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 this, that, and the third, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, nigga Stack said to Joe, he said, yeah, you know, Core smoked you. So he was like, who Core? I was quiet the whole time when he said that.
Right.
He was like, Core right there. So Joe looked at him when he say nothing. He was like, oh, yo, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because he probably don't know, like, I don't know who this nigga, what's really going on. So he's like, fuck it, we gonna do a record. So I'm like, cool, because Joe popping at this time.
Yeah, Joe popping.
And Stack popping on the mixtape.
Yeah,
so that's a good look for me.
Super
at
good look.
At the end of the day right
Facts.
now. You know what I'm
Super
saying?
good look.
So Stack put on some beats. I'm like, nah, it wasn't hitting. Joe put on some beats, wasn't hitting.
Wasn't hitting.
I said, hey, yo, let me get the keys to your car, man. Let me go get that case. Soon as I put the beat on in there. Because Stack was gonna keep that for himself. It wouldn't have been a you and what happened. It would have been whatever Stack did to it,
Facts.
even though he would have bodied it.
No, he would have bodied it. Yeah, it's a fact.
So when we put the beat on, I see Joe like, I seen Stack like, and nobody didn't say nothing. Nigga started writing. It's a trick to the record. I already knew that it was so many records that Clue took us off, it's ridiculous, of freestyles.
Yeah?
There was mad records we did with Stack. Next thing you know, it should get cut off. You hear the A-Team on there, other shit.
Okay.
And you won't even know what's going on. I'm thinking I'm about to start rapping.
Facts.
Or whatever.
Facts.
Wasn't for everything, but it was something.
Yeah, certain projects, whatever, yeah.
And I said, fuck that. I wrote my shit fast.
Facts.
So I could go first.
So you go first. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I feel you.
And I said, fuck that, I'm writing the hook too. Because one thing we used to always do, we never had a problem with all of us writing the hook. Meaning, say if you came up with a part, I'll come up with a part to fill in other shit and another part to fill.
Okay.
So we always was doing that. So
Facts.
on a lot of the Riot Squad mixtapes, you'll hear 2 people doing the hook.
Yeah,
Or Stack will do the ad-libs.
What was the
Or
first
this-
one? The first Riot Squad one was
Riot's That Gang.
Riot's That
Mixtape.
Gang.
Yeah, Riot's That Gang.
Classic.
Classic with DJ Pudgy P.
I reached out. Shout out to DJ Pudgy P.
Shout out to DJ
Salute.
Pudgy P.
I reached out to Pudgy P too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's original. He was there from day one with us too.
He's a day one, right?
Nah, he's a day one because I met him in Utica.
Oh,
you know what I'm
okay.
saying? Yeah, so he's a day one before I knew him. Like he knew me before he knew Stack or anybody.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? I'm the
copy.
first person I've been around. You know what I'm saying?
Copy.
But so we, I do the shit. I come up with the hook. Joe only had a 16. He tried to rap more. Stack was like, nah, that's too much. You think you slick?
Facts.
My dumb ass gonna say, nah, go ahead. Yo, go ahead, because I'm open. Like, yeah, I got a record with Joe. Let him do what he do.
Facts,
Not
facts.
realizing he's stretching his verse, and that shit is to other niggas who listen, and they be like, yo, he smoke niggas.
Facts.
But my thing is, I wasn't rapping for that. I was rapping because I'm like, I'm on a record with them now.
Yeah,
I can do what I do. I wasn't thinking like, let me write a rap to come at nigga to show I'm the best on the record.
Facts.
If I wanted to do that, then I would have did that and it would have been a whole different demonstration.
Facts.
I wanted to come in with the best intro I could come in with.
Yeah, you came off with that
You know what I'm
shit,
saying?
That song
so
was...
yeah, when I roll up, what? I'ma roll up, what? And keep dumping until I see you fold up, what? You know what I'm saying? I wanted to make it come on, you know what I mean? And to hear it on Hot 97 and everything, and then for us to shoot the video, Joe didn't come to Rockaway, but he still did his part. Yeah. And at that time, I'll take care of the videos on certain things. Stack wasn't really, you know what I'm saying? And then, shout out to Scenario for directing that too. So that was a classic video.
Scenario, fact.
Because my peoples bought out their motorbikes and all this extra shit in the winter. Niggas was burning rubber, fucking their tires up and all that for the video. But it was a classic. It was a classic. It was a classic because it showed a bunch of Far Rock niggas, especially like our first record, the Roll Call. It's the first Riot Squad record.
Another classic joint.
Our first
hard
ever
joint.
Like record. That, you know, it's crazy because they already had the record done. I was in another studio. And they came and got me from that studio. You know what I'm saying? Then I got to the studio, I see everybody in there, they played the record. I already had a verse ready. You know what I mean? I just bodied that right there at the end. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all all bodied.
Yeah, we went
that's what I liked about that shit.
But you know, when you go last, you got to make a demonstration.
You got to make a demonstration. Facts.
You have to because it's like you want the shit to keep going like this and then go down like this at the end. You're like, come on, man.
Come on,
I thought
man.
it was taking off, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So it was a good look for us, and you know, that was a legendary thing because, like I said, it'd be a time you could just make a phone call and niggas from Far Rock, everybody would come out for the videos of just natural love. Wasn't no hate because not too many people was rapping at that time. Like I told you, I was the best in Far Rock. I battled everybody. Everybody. And I go to your project, go to your hood. They set up barbershop battles. I won the whole shit. I even battled Bindo. I even battled the other nigga, Mike Mills. That's my bro. I battled niggas I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been doing this. Like, I was really, like, when I came home from jail, I was insane. Like, scary. Because I could out-rap you. So you could still be nice.
Facts.
But if you didn't have 30 raps and then I'm switching up flows, your man's gonna look at you crazy.
Facts.
Because nobody's not gonna wanna keep hearing the same type of shit. I kept coming different ways. Every rap was totally different. This flow. And I'm glad that it got documented. Facts. You know what I'm saying? So when I put out my documentary of my life, I got so much to show and unreleased footage of Stack. All that shit.
Facts, I bet. I see it. And that's one thing that I always seen, not just with Stack, but with y'all, period. The culture. Naturally the culture, you know what I'm saying? And you know, we are the culture, you know what I'm saying? And you know, some of us, we see it more in others than, you know, it varies amongst the individual, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, but with y'all, I see it clearly. So, another question I got, like Stack's recording process, the cheer, was the cheer, like what is that?
That was the sound of like the ad-lib, the shoot. You know what I mean? That's like, it's like after you say a punchline or something
I'm familiar
with that shoot, or your intro, shoot. It's a different type of energy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I'm
so what
similar.
about the
I always
front?
say that.
What is it, the front?
No, right.
The what?
Basically, he's saying right, but he put a V on it. So he was like, right.
Oh, okay.
But in a smooth way.
Have you ever been asked that?
Huh?
Have you ever been asked that?
Nah, never. Nobody never asked me about the right.
Because I always been curious. Because it sounds ill.
That's his shit. That's one of his shit.
Yeah, that's his fact.
He's basically saying right.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because he was a fan of Yeezy and Hove.
And
so
Hove.
I got like that Hove.
He got the Hove.
And he was going to sign the Hove too.
Yeah, Hove.
So niggas don't know. He was with Hove. I remember when he was three-weighing me when we had the three-ways. You know what I'm saying? He three-way me like, yo, man, Hove, God, nigga shut the whole movie theater down for us and all that. Yo, he got me battling niggas and all of this and all. And this is when he was in Chi-Town.
Oh, okay, it was in Chi-Town.
Yeah, I'm in the spot. He's like, yo, I'm with Hove. I'm like, yo, because he'll always do that. Even if he went to battle or do something, he always hit me on the three-ways. At that time, niggas didn't even have three-ways when we had it. You know what I mean? Because I remember when we did the session with Kanye, and we still had, like, if we was, when Kanye just put out that new documentary,
yes,
we was part of that process a little bit.
Okay.
But I didn't know he was going through what he was going through. But our manager paid for the beat because Stack knew Needles, the producer.
Okay.
And Needles was under Kanye at that time. So he had a connection to get to him.
Okay.
And the manager paid for something. So when we get to the studio, Kanye doing interviews for everybody. And this is actually probably a few weeks before his car accident.
Okay.
So he's in there, he's rapping things from his album, all that. He was
Right.
doing everything. But nigga was fucking with me though, the whole
Right.
time. Because I think my manager lost the footage when he got arrested by Hot 97. No, he didn't get arrested. The cops took his car, he took off, or whatever happened, whatever. You know, he had a little situation. But when we was in there, I remember Ye Man was like, told him to say the hook, because Ye made the shit there. So it was real authentic.
Facts.
Then he was like, say the hook. You know what I mean? He just told him, don't tell Dame. You know what I mean? Because I think he was. So when I looked at the documentary, I'm like, yo, this is nuts, my nigga.
Facts.
And we was a part of this, but we had our own footage. So it's so crazy because on some of them scenes on there, one of those days, that's the day we was with him. Because I remember. And I remember the cameraman, the nigga that was with him. I remember him there, you know what I'm saying? So we did the record there, and like we was really like
Y'all was moving, y'all know.
we was ready to move and groove, but we was really like dibbling and dabbling, moving around, and things was happening that we didn't expect to happen.
Facts.
You know what I'm
So then
saying?
he meets Jim.
I think that came from when he used to go out and put the furs on.
Yeah, I
The
see
niggas
pictures
see
of
the
that.
nigga in the club.
Now,
all
okay,
the
so
time.
just real quick. So his father was a hustler, right?
Yeah, it's Ray C, man, but he was a stack of dollar. That
Did you
was
ever
his
know your
name.
father as well?
My father?
Yes.
My pops died on the last day of school when I was in,
Okay.
I was living in Redfern at the time. He died when I was in 6th grade, exactly on the last day of school.
Yeah. Mine wasn't the last day, but mine was, I think, the seventh grade. But
Wow.
shit happens. You know
It happens, man.
It's
You
the
know
point we
what I'm
come
saying?
from. But but Stacks, his pops did hustle, so that's true.
Yeah, cool
Okay,
guy.
all right.
Yeah, cool
All right.
guy.
All right, copy. Yeah, because I know, in the music, I hear it a lot. So I was curious, I'm saying, like, if that was actual, I'm saying, because not everything be actual. Some things be, when it comes to wordplay, exaggeration, or figure of speech, like when you're a poet, and some people take things literally, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I understand the exaggeration, the figure of speech, I'm saying, sometimes it may not be literal, but I don't,
Whatever Stack said about his family is true.
was literal, okay.
His moms, unfortunately at the time, God bless her soul.
Facts.
She was going through her situation.
Facts.
You know what I mean? What she was dealing with in the streets.
Facts.
So, and she was known around the projects, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, we was really out there when we was out there, like, for real.
Yeah, I mean, and that's obvious, because I used to see I would see footage at times, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember I came home, and then I got up, I came home, Came home in, I think that was 09. I was up top with a nigga, I can't remember the nigga name, but rest in peace, I'm saying, when Stack returned to the Essence, I remember Summer's crib. He was Muslim, but he was crib too. And I remember he came to my bunk. It was early in the morning. Niggas crying. Showed me the letter and shit. Someone's crying too and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what's good? He's like, yeah, killed my man, whatever. So I'm like, yeah, I feel you, my nigga. Like, feel you and shit. We was like on our way going home and shit. I'm saying I forgot which program we was in, but. So he showed me the joint. I said, yeah, I feel you. But I didn't know about Stack at that time because I think I had about maybe 4 or 5 years in. So I came home in 09, I think, that.
2 years after.
Yeah, the movement was already, you know what I'm saying? But when I came home in 09, I got all the music. I said, oh, okay, this is what he was telling me about. Because I missed the whole wave pretty much completely, you know what I'm saying? But I got up on the music when I came home and shit. Yeah, facts. But, yeah, so the Porsche and all this stuff, man. Like, this is another question I got. Like, this is before the deal. Like, he didn't even have a deal when he had the Porsche, right? Now, you was with him at this time, or you was up top?
Oh, I was with him.
You was with him, right?
I actually, like, we used to go to the studio at 8 in the morning, man.
8 in the morning.
I'm dead ass, man. This is some weird shit, man.
Studio, where we're at? What studio?
To Miller shit. Because
okay.
it got to a point where Miller will let Stack in, and Miller won't be there. He left the presets and everything, so we'll record ourselves.
I was
Miller
gonna say,
and all
yeah,
them there
before
mix it
that
down later. Then he had the connections with Clue. So anytime Stack finished the freestyle, he could email it right to Clue. Then we could listen right there. So that's why some things were sounding so relevant, because he could make it right then and there and know it's Monday night. We in the studio Monday morning. So if he did something crazy, that he's talking that just happened,
Yes.
now you hearing it like, what the fuck?
Right.
That's crazy. That's just, you know what I'm saying? So
That's professionalism.
Yeah, I came out one day, I just see the nigga in the Porsche. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Nice Porsche too.
Yeah, good vibes. Like, I didn't understand. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't fully understand because I didn't really care too much. Like
I always sense that about your character, but finish.
yeah, I never. Like, I wasn't the nigga who wanted to be around rappers or nothing like that. Not saying like, I didn't care for that. I never got overexcited or even want to go meet somebody. I didn't care. I wanted to leave.
Right.
You know what I'm
What's
saying?
your sign?
I'm a Sag. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to leave. I like being around my own comfortability. Just because somebody's in another position or that shit don't make me comfortable.
Right.
You know what I mean? To be around rappers. So a lot of times I probably would miss on opportunities of networking. But at the same time, you gotta understand how your man moves. It's just like if you got a shooter with you, he ain't gonna move like these other guys.
Right.
And he gonna let you know.
Talk about it.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
Talk
if a
about
niggas move totally different.
Right.
And you gotta, if that's your man and you already know he's loyal, you have to respect how he moves and let that be addressed properly.
Facts.
Not like he's a weirdo or
Facts.
he's doing this. No, he doesn't move like y'all.
Facts.
You gotta have people like that around because
Facts.
if y'all all moving in this direction, ain't nobody looking that way. Whole time you going this way, you didn't even see niggas creeping up the whole time.
The whole time. And that's just, in hindsight, it's like, it's always in hindsight, it's like, damn, why they let niggas get son? You know what I'm saying? Rather, if it's Young Dolph, rest in peace, I'm saying, to Young Dolph, or Stack Bundles, rest in peace to Stack Bundles, rest in peace to Tupac, rest in peace to all of the fallen kings, man. Kings kill kings, man. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, at times I would say that to myself, like, damn, you know, like why they let, you know what I'm saying, like, but that's how it go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's how it goes. Did you see the interview? I know you seen the interview with old girl from that was with Dipset.
I don't listen. I'm gonna be honest. I don't listen to everybody what everybody's saying.
I feel you. Likewise,
some
me too.
people like I was around them,
Exactly.
and I wasn't around I was around Raekwon Elliott.
Fact.
Let's just get that out the way.
Cause
Right.
And that's why I'm honored to have you here, my nigga. So you know, just hold that. You know, remember your thought. It's an honor. It's an honor. You know what I'm saying? You know, for V.S.O.P. to have you here, my nigga.
I appreciate it.
My nigga, you a living legend. But seriously, you a living legend. You are, my nigga. I don't know if you realize that. I'm saying, but
I'm gonna tell you something that somebody I learned from an OG nigga in jail too. And this shit is fucked up, but it's true. There's certain people out here that's never gonna get their recognition until they blow or they die.
Facts.
Like, I would never get recognized for everything I did or the work I put in unless I'm gone or I really hit. There's no way around that. It's not gonna happen. They're not gonna understand. It's just like when you look at when Kanye was coming in, nobody understood. I didn't understand. And the funny part, I told you in the studio, we find the fucking footage. This man stayed next to me for hours, talking, everything, to the point I put his name in the rap.
Right.
Didn't know who he was, but I did know him from H to the Izzo video.
Okay.
I seen him in there and he did some shit with his arm. So I remember while we was sitting there eating and we was cracking on the engineer, I was like, yo, you did this in the video. I was like, what that mean? He was like, yo, that's all the records I produced. So I was looking on there, I'm like, yo, you did the truth? I said, you didn't do the truth.
He did the trizzle.
You didn't do B shit. Remember when that dropped, that's a different type of sound for the street.
That's part of what
that's
made
different.
Beans.
Whoa,
Facts.
scary.
Scary.
So when I'm here, I'm like, yo, you did this too?
Beans, tap in with me.
I'm like, what the fuck? I said, yo. Then I'm asking him about his diamonds, because I never seen yellow diamonds. He was like, these are canaries. I never seen no shit like that.
Just like when Jay had that platinum and they never seen the platinum that day when Jay was just chilling.
I never seen that. I swear, I was sitting with this man. This man did not sit with nobody else. He sat with me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it to be special. Like I said, I didn't know who he fully was. And the crazy part, him and Stack took the wrong three-ways. Stack took his three-ways. Niggas is in the car. That shit was like Jay-Z, Dame Dash, mad niggas' names.
Facts.
Could have violated and took niggas' shit.
Facts.
And hit him up. But niggas didn't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Salute.
Mm-hmm.
Salute. So, okay, so the link with Jim, because that's
trying to go with
that's
that.
the propel, right?
Yeah, that came from, like I said Jim was seeing him all the time.
Yes.
I don't know how they linked the situation because shit, you know, niggas started sometimes doing things without telling niggas, man. So half the time I wouldn't know nothing.
That's understandable.
I didn't know when Stack got the Desert Storm deal. Look what I just said. I was going to this man's house every day.
Right.
I didn't know he got the deal after he got the deal, man.
Right.
I kind of felt some type of way. Because I felt like I'm day one. I'm not no niggas went to go get.
Facts. I'm day one.
I got niggas together. So I felt like the right, even if if I wasn't there, a nigga could call me and let me know. Especially my manager, because like I told you, I brought him all the artists.
Facts. Respectfully, rest in peace to Chinks.
That's right.
There was a discrepancy between you and Chinks.
Yeah, it was me and Stack, we all had our things.
Facts.
Like with Stack.
And families have discrepancies all the time, for the record.
And I'm
we
older
not
than
talking
niggas,
about
too.
no fuck
Right.
shit here. You feel me?
Everything is different. It's like, everybody out there was like, with Stack, I feel Stack, when he's around other people, he gets more manipulated.
What was Stack's sign?
I don't know his sign. He was a October baby.
Oh, okay.
I'm not good with signs.
You know, I can dig it. The sign's important, but yeah, go ahead. I'm listening though.
He was, I think more when I was with him, because I'm going to just say this story so people can understand this. So one day, I'm chilling. I'm with Italian Mike, that I introduced to Chinks later on in life, or whatever.
Who was Italian Mike?
It's Italian guy, you know what I'm saying? I got introduced to my nigga Tone, and from my homie Cali, you know what I'm saying? But he was with me at the time, because like I said, the Riot Squad was booming.
Right.
So I'm going to be honest with you. I had a camera crew. I had people that would just come. Listen, man. I didn't even understand what I had.
Facts.
Like, I had a serious situation that I fully could have formulated, but at the same time, I'm still young and not fully understanding. But I do know where I want to go, but I didn't know everything 100%, how to put the pieces on the chessboard.
Right.
You know what I mean? I had all the pieces, but I was moving them different. And shout out to my nigga E.G., rest in peace to his moms and his aunt, you know what I'm saying? They just passed away recently.
Rest in peace.
You know, back to back. So I'm gonna just say that he was with me. And Stack calls. He with Bono. This is a real story. I never said this. Stack calls, say, yo, I'm about to go meet Jim in the studio. I said, I'm with Mike, I'm with E.G. It's raining. He like, yo, you know, can't bring too many people. And I said, well, go do your thing. I'm not gonna leave niggas. I just got up with niggas. I'm not gonna just dip on niggas, but I understand that probably is business more.
Facts.
For that situation. But I felt that Jim didn't make him. In front of projects, we're supposed to move accordingly.
Facts.
I don't think somebody should be telling me how I'm moving with people. You don't know who's with me.
Facts.
It could be the manager, role manager, my brother. It could be all that. You gonna tell me I can't bring them?
Facts.
That makes no sense. What if you got your own label or your own company?
Fact.
You gonna tell somebody not to bring you gonna tell somebody not to bring the cameraman?
Fact.
And this guy, it makes no apparent sense. So he calls back. He's like, I'm like, yo, bro, you stack bundles. Nobody made yourself. I don't know what's going on here. And we ended up going to the studio. Nothing happened. This nigga Max B is over there chilling with my mans and them niggas talking basketball the whole entire time, man. No problem. Only time we just seen Jim was in another room. We gave him dap. and we went in the other room. And nothing happened. Mind you, there's 1,000 niggas in there in the studio.
I bet.
You know what I mean? And then I pulled Stack to the side. And then we had a heart-to-heart. And I said, I told you. Because sometimes people can manipulate. See, that's the fucked up part. Some people don't want you to listen to certain people because they could, it's like they'll put you on to knowing who's talking nonsense.
Facts.
And people follow other shits and don't understand that's how you line yourself up.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? A person's supposed to respect how you move at the end of the day. That's it. This is how I move. I ain't bringing no strangers, but this is how I'm moving. You know what I'm saying? This is what I move with. This is my team.
Facts.
The same way you move with your team.
Facts. Same way you come with 100+ niggas.
Right,
yeah,
but I
yeah,
understand that's their business and all that, but at the same time, niggas don't say that to real niggas. Real nigga coming in with 30 niggas don't say nothing to them. So I'm confused on what's happening right now.
Facts. That's a
Let's
fact.
stop the stupid shit.
That's a fact.
If Rick Ross came to your crib with 30 niggas, 9 out of 10 times you might just let him in.
You gonna be on some. You gonna
right.
be on,
because of the situation
Fact.
at hand.
Whole
Yo,
fact.
that's Rick. I understand. Even though it's gonna be crowded in this motherfucker.
Facts.
You're not gonna say, yo, Rick, these niggas can't come in here. Then he gotta go.
You gotta go.
You tell me I can't move with certain people now, that's just lining me up too.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? So
Fact.
I get heart to heart with him. I said, look, you can move. He's like, yo, you right, G's. And this is when I was seeing certain things. Sometimes other people tell you other things that from their perspective, but it's not their reality.
Facts.
People don't be understanding.
Say that again.
It's your perspective, not your reality. It's the perspective. We all got a perspective.
We all got a perspective.
You know what I mean? That's a fucking opinion. We all got it, dog.
Yeah.
There's nothing saying, there's nothing wrong with that. But we have to get to reality. Reality is the whole thing at hand right now. You know what I'm saying? People forget that, and they don't like when a nigga can see that because you can't fool a nigga like that.
Right.
So now they would turn those type of guys into guys they would think is complaining. So they'll brainwash other people. So now when you hear him say something, you went off this guy, didn't even realize he's not complaining. You went off somebody that he brainwashed and told you. He planted that seed. So now you think you're complaining the whole time this nigga could see things and tell you things. But now he see you not even paying attention, so I don't need to say certain things to you now. Fact. Now I'm gonna keep quiet and let it play out.
Actual fact. Old girl, I can't remember her name. Her name will come back to me. Old girl that was affiliated with Dipset, she said that Stack was trying to get out the hood. And he didn't have the money to get out the hood, that he was waiting on Jim to give him some bread or some shit.
We always say things, but let's just talk reality.
Facts.
Any grown man that's making some type of money or hustling, you can move wherever you want to move.
Facts.
That's up to you.
It's up to you.
If a person could save up to get a car, get jewelry.
Facts. You know what I'm saying?
Get expensive clothes.
Yeah.
That was the same thing as moving.
I'll be known. That's why I was curious about what, you know what I'm saying? Like,
don't put that on, I ain't gonna say, don't put that on Jim. Jim is a grown man, you're a grown man. If not saying Stack is fucked up or whatever, even if you do got people that got money around you, it starts with your circle.
Right. Whole fact. Yeah.
It don't just start with some guy that's already on the plateau. So, you know what I mean? It's a lot of things I don't understand what Jim was doing, but I'm not gonna sit there. I wouldn't blame him for that.
Yeah, for that.
I'm not. It's not his full responsibility because we don't know what was the situation of them doing this contract or whatever they were doing for Bird Gang.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like a thing with OG nigga told me in the hood. Stack was on the cover of the members of Bird Gang. I goes in the OG store. He like, yo, you don't see what's wrong with this? I'm like, I'm open like, man, that's my bro. It's my bro.
Classic cover, by the way.
But then he opened my eyes or something. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Mo Styles, too. He said, why would he pick up another flag when he got his own?
I mean, you know, that's debatable. Cause it's debatable, God, because sometimes it depends on the flag, God.
See, but this is the thing. If you already a set person where, like, say if you got in a situation and you had
V.S.O.P.
Funk Master Flex as your DJ, he signed you.
Facts.
So he got you on the freestyles, he got you moving and grooving.
Facts.
Right? You trying to brand your situation. Facts. This is where this guy's coming from. if you pick up something else, you take away from your other situation, even though you think you bring it. See, in the long run, if everything do transpire through that,
yes,
then your situation will be big.
And
but that's putting your eggs all in one basket.
And that's probably what he was thinking. It's called high risk.
Yeah, but
now, sometimes now look, sometimes the high risk connects, and then you become the 50s, the Jay-Z's.
But you know what you got to do? Sometimes with these high risks, if you coming into a situation with other people, everybody got to be a part of that situation.
I mean, facts.
It don't just be a one man's decision.
I agree.
Because when it does, everybody's not going to be on the same page. So if it takes, if one person that's part of, like if we part of a team and you off the page, just because everybody else is on it, that don't mean you're wrong. We have to see, you're part of our situation. What does he see that we don't see?
True.
Sometimes it ain't a guy just complaining or some weird shit. Niggas see other things, and it will probably be some shit for years ahead. You know what I'm saying? God does that sometimes, man.
Right.
He'll put things in your face, and you sitting there, and you like, you don't even understand it. You thinking this person is homeless, and he probably sitting there to test you.
Facts. Now look, Stack rapped about his demise. If you know his music, and I know you do, but not just speaking to you, I'm speaking, in general, what I'm saying. Like, he rapped about his demise extremely, man. I can name many of songs where he kept, so he knew. To a degree, he knew.
I'm gonna say this, though. One thing I respect what you just said is that you was paying attention to something, but it was something I'm gonna put you on to. It's many times I had an argument with Stack about putting certain things in there. The laws of attraction.
I heard Bino say that too.
Yeah, your energy might be on 100. You know how sometimes, like, we could say certain things and we could be mad, and then we bring that extra energy to us. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to be around. Right.
Facts.
If we keep thinking negative, we're gonna get negative.
And bring that shit right to us.
But if we start waking up like, yo, today gonna be a good day, man. Yo, it ain't gonna be perfect. But you have to look at everything that's good in that day.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So with Stack's situation, I used to say, he was saying too many times, robbing.
Robbing.
Never been robbed in my life.
Facts.
He said a line that was classic.
That
Never
was
been
classic.
robbed in my life. Only thing a nigga ever took from me was advice.
Facts.
Motherfuckers.
Facts.
And this is a 20-year-old saying this, a young 20s.
Young 20s.
Under 25.
Yeah.
Never been robbed in my life. Only thing a nigga ever took from me was advice.
Facts.
And sometimes we poke at the others.
Yeah.
Remember, everybody's not gonna be with you. So if you keep, it's like a nigga saying, look at all this money I got in my crib.
Facts.
What do you think? It's not somebody out there like, what do you think? We gonna run his fucking crib? Are you fucking kidding me?
Kidding me?
Are you kidding me? We don't care.
Facts.
You don't even know who we are.
Facts.
So sometimes, like, we set bait on our own self.
No, I be knowing.
And I told Stack and argued, but sometimes you can't tell somebody when a person is in that realm, and I remember Chink said this. He said, yo, I only like to talk to people that is like kind of like telling me what I want to hear. He said, niggas don't tell me when I'm doing wrong. He's telling me this. Because some people be so excited to be around your aura.
Yeah, I know.
So they tell you everything else. The other nigga is telling you shit that you like, come on, but you ain't even look at what he was saying. You didn't go, nah, this nigga actually cares about me.
Right.
He's saying something totally different. This person's making me feel good, so now when I see him, I say I feel good. That don't mean nothing.
Right.
Because how many niggas did that for 20 years with their man, and then when the feds came in, the ball game changed.
Right.
And we could go in the history books right now. And look at all the real niggas that were talking all the shit on the DVDs, all this. And then you'll see they man, the same nigga that was doing all the dirt, gangster, niggas scared of him, niggas told.
Right.
It changes when certain situations come. Now, I'm not saying Stack knew. Stack didn't understand. Remember, he's still in his 20s, just like the Biggie situation.
Yes.
They didn't understand.
No. Obviously.
They didn't understand.
On my way to Cali, rest in peace to Big, salute.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Little C's too.
Facts.
Like,
shout out to
you know
Little
what I'm
C's.
saying?
Yeah, that's obvious. Yeah, because a nigga like me, even, because, I've been a father since 16. Even at 17, I would have been armed up. only because that's how the gods think.
Right, that's what I'm
like,
saying.
You feel
is
me?
you get a certain amount of money. I don't understand. We have to protect it.
Yeah, we gotta be protected.
If you're the bag has to be protected.
Facts.
By any means,
by any means
everything.
necessary. And that's why I said the situation, and it's not just with Stack. It's with all of them, man. You know, it's with all of them. You know, each situation is relative and it relates. Rather, if it's Nipsey, you know what I mean, whoever you name. You know,
one thing I can say, this never happened in New York City history. Right?
As far as
Could you
what?
imagine? It's 4 y'all on a team. 4.
Facts.
You know, you see people's family members, you see their kids, you see everything. And 2 of the young guys get killed before the graduation.
Facts.
At different times.
Different times.
Fuck your mind frame up.
Yeah.
It was a time when Stack got killed. I didn't want to rap, I wanted to be a shooter.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm a tough guy or none of that shit, but I'm like, damn, God, if niggas did that to him, what niggas would do to me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't do nothing to deserve that. He could have got punched.
Facts.
Snuff, take his chain, talk about it later,
Facts.
let him rap about it. This nigga's crazy. But to brutally take somebody out for nothing, I don't understand. We would have to find out for the people who did it. They would have to express that.
Facts.
Or I would just be saying an assumption on my opinion, on my perspective.
Facts.
And then for that to happen to Chinks later on at the same time of we was already dealing with other things. Like, you gotta remember, people don't understand. When Stack died, Bino went to jail.
Yeah, but on
Chinks was already in jail when Stack died. Let's just get that out the way.
Facts.
The manager went to jail too. Was the only nigga still out.
Manager went to jail too? I ain't know that.
Yeah, he went to jail. That nigga did about, I think he did 3-4 years. Bino did like 3-4 years.
Yeah.
And then when Chinks came home, Bino was going in. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was, you gotta look at that. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't look at that part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, people don't look at that part. That's also the V.S.O.P. cloth as well. And that's the fabric. Not for everybody, but people don't look at that, man. That struggle. Like, shit is real. Like, shit be real, man.
You know, you're not gonna, it can't bounce back from certain things. I take death. I've been to more funerals than barbecues.
Yeah, nah, I feel you, my nigga. No, I do though. I feel you, cause I was telling my camera guy, ECU Films, my boy Drew. I'm like, him and Bino was like the last of the situation.
No, bro, I just
From what I see.
What month we in right now? April.
We in April.
I think I went to 5 funerals. And I just went to a recent one. And these are people I know, though. It's not I just heard. This is a regular thing for me. That I don't even know what to do with obituaries. I have so many. You know what I mean? So my mind is different. I take death totally different, especially when it's close. I got tattoos because people died.
Yeah, nah, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? When I was in Utica, when my aunt died, I got tattoos here. Then when Stack died, I got something on my face. Then when Chinks died, I got it on my face. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to show forever tears because this shit is unbelievable. You know, a person is getting killed when he's at the finish line. That's kind of the worst.
And that's kind of the worst.
That's the worst.
And I'm saying to myself, how Chinks let nigga... Yo, look. Right, Drew? Go, okay, so Chinks get killed what? Rest in peace of Chinks. In 2016, correct? 15, right? Drew, we was doing work before I went up top. 2014, 2015, some shit like that. But I left in 2016. You feel me? But Chinks got killed in 2015. I remember I wake up, I couldn't believe this shit. I'm like, so okay, after I hear the story, I'm just like, yo, how Chinks let niggas get him, yo? You know what I mean? Cause I'm a dolo nigga. You feel me, my nigga? Like me personally, I'm a dolo nigga. So it's like, but I understand, I guess at that level, it's different. I ain't never been through this shit, I'm saying. That's why, you know, I be curious. I never been to that side yet. You know what I mean?
You know the problem is too? When you get that type of attention, you kind of worship as a god, man.
Facts.
There's no way around
There's
that.
no way around it.
You gotta remember, I wasn't even nowhere. I was at a point where, you know, the hoods, you know, the streets would probably know what we was doing with the riot in my hometown. And I was getting worshiped you wouldn't believe. Everywhere I went, a motherfucker knew about the riot or knew about CAU. and people wouldn't even understand what was going on.
That's what I wanted to ask you. How was it? I'm glad you brought that
It
up.
was
Like,
scary
how was it in the
because
hood?
when Stack got killed, like,
At the height of it,
nigga, after that, nigga, I had on a bulletproof vest, nigga, and a gun in my fucking my laptop bag, nigga. I used to fake like I was looking like a nerd, nigga, so like cops don't fuck with me.
right.
And that was an everyday thing, and it was like fucking with me because it's like, yo, the riot is over in reality, and I'm gonna just be real because if you put all your eggs in one basket and then you make him the head and niggas take the head out, the body gonna fall.
Body gonna fall. Right.
And that's what happened. And when that happened, we wasn't in other positions. Yes, we knew people, we knew certain situations, but
Right.
in reality, we wasn't in no
wasn't in
position.
positions.
Who the fuck knows nobody? I don't know. Nigga don't know me because we wasn't set up that way. You gotta set other people up
Facts.
just in case things happen.
Because I was gonna ask you if you ever if you ever built a relationship with Max B, Free Max B.
I'm gonna be honest with you. All I ever did, and I'm just telling you, the God's honest truth.
Facts, as you
All I
should.
did was smoke weed. And I was sitting with the nigga, and they, just like this, and there's weed, he's smoking. And I'm gonna tell you the most fucked up shit. When these niggas have mad weed in there, I have no money, no nothing. This nigga Stack didn't give me no weed. I'm sitting there like, yo, these niggas is here smoking, God, this shit blowing in my face. This nigga Bigger Val like, yeah, I gotta get on the flight. Yo, I gotta do this, yo. I'm like, yo, I don't wanna ask the nigga, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. It's real true story shit, you know what I'm saying? But with the crazy part about Chink's situation is, when Chinks passed, I was actually shooting a video in Long Island.
In Long Island.
Scary.
It was LI. It was LI niggas that killed Chinks.
Yeah, you know, they say what they say, you know, I mean, you know.
Yeah, according to what they say.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
You know, we don't know until somebody open their mouth and really express it because I seen a real killer just say it. A real killer just come out and be like, all right, you know.
Yeah,
I did
facts.
it because of this. Some people just take certain things to the grave, or, you know what I'm saying? Because one of them guys, I think, died too, so, you know what I mean? And there, whatever, but I don't know, but, you know, I was getting dropped off by a shorty after shooting a video, and I'll never forget, I was in McDonald's drive-thru, and I looked on my IG, and I seen somebody put a picture of Chinks, but I knew the guy didn't really fuck with Chinks. So I thought that was a recent picture. So when I seen that, I said, yo, these niggas are crazy, man. I'm like, these niggas are crazy, man.
Right.
I stopped it.
Stopped it, yeah.
I closed my phone, not even realizing I had mad missed calls because I never looked at the call logs, nothing.
Right.
I get in the crib, I'll never forget, my cousin called the house phone in my shit because I wasn't answering the phone. I had to ring it off because I was shooting the video.
Right.
I wanted to turn the ringer because I was using the music from the phone. So I wanted to shut everything down, so I wasn't getting nothing. When she said it, I'm like, what you mean, Chinks? I was like, somebody he got shot in a Porsche. The problem was when me and Chinks wasn't talking, the last time we talked, he had a gray X6. So I never knew he had a Porsche. So when they said Porsche, I think they was trying to joke around, play around with the stuff. I'm like, yo, come on with the stupid shit. I goes and start calling certain people, nobody's answering their phone. So I'm like, yo, you know what? Chinks family on Facebook, I'm gonna write this shit. I wrote it. Yo, I looked in my fucking inbox. Niggas was sending me, somebody sent me a Spanish news clipping. Like Spanish people was there first on the scene. It's crazy.
Because he left, I think, because of the
I
club.
don't know what to find. They sent some shit. I seen that shit. And I remember telling my baby mom to just take my daughter to her aunt crib, man, because I ain't going to sleep right now. Like, I was fucked up. I just sat there in the bed. Like, I was about to lay down. I just got back in. I didn't even get to eat my food, nothing. I actually stood there till the sun came up, kinda. And then I started calling people, coming. I got in contact with Bino. And they said I was just outside bugging. And I remember seeing certain random people walking. I see one nigga walking in the middle of the street. And he like, yo, Cole. Like, he did some crazy shit. You know, he just kept walking. Broad daylight. He was like, crazy, Cole. Crazy, Cole. And just kept walking. Seen another 2 set of niggas. They was just like, and they came and like stood by me and shit and chilling. But it's like everybody was hearing it, and I didn't know how to really react.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was fucked up because I wasn't fully speaking to him.
Yeah.
But I did get my last op. The thing, I'm gonna be honest with you, what stopped it is because the last times I went out with him, he was doing those walkthroughs,
Yeah.
and it was unorganized. It was too much this, that. It was just too much that wasn't right. And I told niggas at the strip club, this is my last time coming out tonight. And I think niggas thought I was playing. I didn't come out anymore. I didn't do that. Because I'm not coming out for your what's going on with you.
Facts.
I'm coming out because I actually fuck with you.
Facts.
I was with you when we had no money. We was looking for change in your aunt crib, and she only had like a little bit of turkey and cheese, and we was making sandwiches. Like, we came from that.
Facts.
Where I could go downstairs and Chinks had all his hats on the wall, and he used to take the knife and cut the tags off the pants and VIM inside so you won't see the name.
Facts.
And I remember I caught him doing that. You know what I'm saying? I come from that cloth for him introduced me to his cousin Gutter, because it was G&C first, before anything.
Jeez.
There was Gutter and Chinks.
Facts.
See, niggas don't understand that.
Yeah,
Gutter's a
Gutter.
Harlem real nigga.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Shout out to Gutter.
Facts.
And they used to come out and we used to just smoke. And Chinks was hanging with me a lot. Like, a lot. When I first met him, he was really fucking with me. Like, regular shit. Not just rap. Regular shit. Just wake up in the morning, call me, come in, and this was a regular thing.
Facts.
A regular thing.
A regular thing. Yeah.
Even to when he came home from jail, but there's some other shit happened. You know what I'm saying? You know, when Stack died, I had got on the tube and I was talking some shit. And World Star picked it up and it was looking like I was coming at Jim. Cause I felt I was mad. And I don't know if something happened with Chinks and Bino. They went to Jim's studio and something transpired where words happened. Niggas was mad at me. And me and Chinks got into a fight behind that at his house. Word.
Right.
Outside. After we fought, though, we made up. We went to the liquor store. And we were just, you know what I'm saying? But it was just crazy because when we was fighting, though, this funny shit. I pushed him, so he fell. So when he came back, we was fighting. So when I fell, I thought he was gonna be like, all right, get up. Cause I let him get up. The nigga stuffed me. I said, hey, yo, I let you get up off the floor. I like, yo, I let you get up off the floor. You gonna do this to me? And I really remember how we looked at each other like, we was bugging. And at that time, his girl, his white mom, Janelli, baby mom, she was there that they was living together.
Shout out to Janelli.
And it was weird because I was hanging with somebody, you know what I mean? Shout out to Fat Man. He was living next door to Chinks. And when Chinks first came home, I didn't know where he lived at. So he calls me, gives me the address. I go, I swear to God, this is not a game. I'm like, wait a minute, this shit sound like, I said, yo, what's your address? He said the address. I said, that nigga Chink. I said, hey, yo, you next door. I didn't even know that the whole time. We were sitting there. He comes right out the door. When he first came home. And then I introduced him to Street Radio, Jimi Kendrix, and J Math, the producers.
What about French now? Cause I see that y'all never I don't think y'all never built a rapport with French.
Only time I actually used to see Chinks out and about. Like I wasn't really like I said, I was dealing with other shit. And I wasn't fucking with that situation because I see Chinks or whatever. I never really spoke about it. It just felt it was just distant. It just felt like it wasn't nothing was Riot. And then it felt like niggas was not even fucking with me. And I'm like, how not me though? I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't the niggas found. I'm actually the day one. No matter how you feel about me,
I
I'm
noticed
the day
that.
one.
That's why I have wanted you to speak on that shit.
I'm official day one.
Facts.
Official
It
though.
gets no more day one than me, yeah.
Niggas didn't come get me. You know what I'm saying? I came and got niggas.
Facts.
And put niggas with a situation. That, Mike Doc, that was my budget.
Mike Doc, yeah.
I was the artist with him, remember? All the other artists left.
Facts.
So all that money he was putting behind, that was mine. I could have said, nah, man, yo, do my whole album. I just feature niggas.
Facts.
No. Get with everybody.
As you should.
But nobody will look at it. They'll think, that's why I said it should be weird how you explain so. That's why, I remember what the OG told me how niggas ain't gonna acknowledge you until you get super big and they understand you.
Yeah.
Or if you're gone.
Or you gone.
Then they start realizing, oh shit, he was this.
What you
know
did
what I'm
and
saying?
shit. Yeah, facts. No, that's a fact though.
Yeah, but with the first situation, like I never knew son.
I
seen
figured
him
that.
at the funeral.
Figured that.
And no, I seen him before other time, but I seen wrong. I was in Bad Boy.
Okay.
I was in Daddy's house. Forgot about this. Earlier that day, I seen Chinks at the crate. It was a hot day. He was doing some big bag giveaway at the crate. I think it was him and King Streets. That's on the Newburgh gang now. By that time, he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? He was an upcoming Far Rock rapper. Yeah, King Streets. Check him out. He's one of the hardest rappers from Far Rock. That's one thing I pay homage to people in the hood because that's what people don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the artists out there that's doing their thing. It's a whole lot of them. Just look up Far Rockaway artists. I can't say everybody.
Yeah, I'll definitely tap in with him.
He's part of the story. So they was giving out book bags or whatever. So when I went in there, I don't know. It just felt like niggas wasn't really talking to me. And I'm just keeping it real. I leaves. I had a call. I was dealing with some other dudes. They had a situation with Harv, that's the president of Bad Boy or whatever, something they were trying to get. So they said they had Daddy's house. So I went there, there was a singer there, they was in another studio, and I'll never forget. I walked in the wrong studio, and I just seen Pap and Remy, though, talking and shit. But this, I think she just came home. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, shit, my bad. I'm in the wrong shit. They ain't saying that. It was cool.
Right.
Goes on this shit, we chilling. Harv comes in our session. Everything is peace. Everybody taking pictures. I'm the only person that take no picture. I told you I'll never do that, and that's weird. And remember, Don DeMarco told me start taking more pictures, man, with people. I've been around situations that you wouldn't believe. I've been around something that...
But just didn't document it.
And I never documented it.
Yeah.
I never talked about it.
That's why I told you, I said, we take the pics are important.
Got some important things to talk about, other things. So, you know, we're going to keep this going, you know what I mean? So I fuck with you. But, like I said, what the fuck was I saying before that?
Don DeMarco, you were saying...
So I lost the train of thought. Don DeMarco.
Facts. And you were saying that...
I hate when that happens, jeez.
You fucking me up, Drew. Yeah, you were saying that you walked into the studio, you seen Pap and you seen Remy.
Got you. This is what I'm saying. Glad we're listening.
Right.
Back at it. We in there.
Drew threw
so
me
we go
off.
in the studio, you know what I'm saying? Come out, I go use the bathroom. There's 2 bathrooms. They connected like this on the side. As I come out the bathroom, I see like a bunch of other new niggas that's in the hallway with good sneakers on. That's what I was saying. Like I see a lot of niggas with good shoes on, man.
Right.
I was like, oh, who's in here? So my man was like, yo, you ain't gonna believe who in the bathroom next to you. I was like, nigga Chinks come out. So we just start laughing. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because I got the last pictures though. I got the pictures.
Oh, okay.
The
that
actual
was
pictures.
the last time you said, or no?
I think that was my last pictures of us like in the studio atmosphere, the last.
Oh, okay.
And it was by humbleness of what happened.
Right.
And it's just crazy. Because this day we go in the studio, they doing off the rip. But Chinks wasn't on it.
That's my
It
shit.
just had Nori. And I was like, I remember I told my man, I said, yo, nigga, Nori, oh shit, Nori coming back. That's crazy. That shit took a year to come out. That's what I'm saying. Because after this, probably like a year later, that's when Chinks passed. Yeah. And then they did off the rip video, and then I went to the video shoot, seen French there or whatever, but I don't know him or whatever.
There's a version with y'all on Off the Rip though.
Yeah,
I like that version too.
That
Who put that
version,
together?
that was crazy because I'm gonna be honest.
Oh,
with
so
you.
that's not original.
That's something that I'm gonna leave that to Bino to answer.
Oh, okay.
But I know
yes,
Chinks had
'cause I
another
will be seeing
version
Bino.
off the rip.
Oh, okay.
So they put me, Bino, Meet Sims on, and I remember French promoted it on his page.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was
I like
a
that
official-
version. I
it was
like that version better. I'm gonna keep it 100.
See, the crazy part is this my version. I actually
But I like
did,
French's too. Salute the French.
No, both of them.
Facts.
But the crazy part is, I already freestyled off of that.
Yeah.
But that's half of my freestyle on that. It's taken off of it and put it on that.
Okay.
And nobody will know. If they go up there and they look up Off the Rip CAU2GS, you'll see the full version. And then if you go listen to the Off the Rip with the Chinks, you'll see half of the verses on there that we put the ending off. So yeah.
So
keep 'em with that.
I started to see, but I think more so with Bino that Chinks was like, I don't know how old the songs was, that I can't say, but that he started to somewhat open the line to like Bino, and I'm saying.
I mean, that's what Bino, you gotta remember Bino was already hanging around Stack doing that, and he was with Chinks doing that.
Yeah.
I never do that. Like I told you, that wasn't me.
Yeah, no,
but
I
at
know
the
what you
same
mean.
time, we still gotta come to the table, and I feel like it turned into when niggas was actually going out there, they actually wasn't even giving a fuck about me, because a lot of people used to say they didn't even know who the fuck I was. When everywhere I went, I would speak about everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's just reality. It's not to put nobody down, and about love Bino. You know what I'm saying? We got some new shit coming out that's about to be fucking crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
So you started
Kamikaze music, Kamikaze
music.
Riot music group.
Okay, all right, copy. Now you started that when? That was
I've been had it when rest in peace to Maserati Fox.
facts.
And all of them, like, I had the Kamikaze Posse. And I was about to form that. And Kamikaze Posse was about to be, like, a bunch of teams all getting together. Because, like, I seen the vision of everybody. So if you had your team, this nigga had his team, we all just get together and put together these compilations.
Right.
Now, if we put together these compilations and we all shoot the videos for our singles, we can all get exposure from everybody. We the Kamikaze Posse. Remember the Kamikazes, the niggas that flew the planes, they'll die
Facts,
for anything. So
of
basically,
course.
we'll do anything to blow up for this cause.
this
So that's what the
cause.
Kamikaze Posse is. And it's still the Kamikaze Posse, but it's Kamikaze Riot. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I remember the young boys I was dealing with, they said you should make it that before, and I ain't really want to go that far because the Riot wasn't moving how we were supposed to be moving.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But this is the legacy right there, Kamikaze Riot Music Group. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Rest in peace to Maserati Fox.
Definitely. And Tone Mac, too.
Now we're about to conclude, but before we conclude, Maserati was solid, correct?
Yeah.
Now
him and Chink with all our birthdays is like in the same, probably like Chink's is December 4th on Jay-Z's birthday.
Right.
Mine's is December 12th, and mine's is, I think, the 16th.
The 16. I was on the island with Mozzie, but we wasn't like I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like Mozzie wasn't my man and none of that stuff, you know what I'm saying? But we was on the island together, you know what I'm saying? That's whole fact. Mozzie had the whole house too, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Mozzie, you know what I'm saying, you know. Mozzie
He was a different guy.
Solid nigga, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy, guess what?
Rest in peace to him.
Mozzie is actually, this is hilarious. Remember when I said we did You Know What Happened? Mm-hmm. He came in the studio that day. He was like, I don't know, you know, different nigga.
Right.
First day, he had a gun on the floor. Nigga has a gun on the floor right there. I'm sitting in the chair just like this at the board. I'm like, yo, bro, yo, that shit on safety? Cause that shit was aiming by my foot. That nigga said, sure, don't rob with no safeties. No safeties over here. I said, nigga, I'm about to go talk to Stack. In my mind, I'm like, yo, Stack got me around. Because I met him through Stack and Bino. I didn't know who this nigga, even Queen's Flip. Queen's Flip was Riot Squad Flip.
Facts. In conclude, because, you know, we can go all night. You know what I'm saying?
I know, this is part one, man.
Yes, just part one.
We're going to keep doing this. It's so much, you know
Whole
what I'm saying?
fact. And a conclusion before we conclude, I mean, you guys should, you know.
You could throw that in there.
Yeah,
Fuck
we
it,
take a shot before we conclude.
Mm-hmm. We good.
Here at V.S.O.P, we gonna take a toast. First and foremost, rest in peace to Stack Bundles.
Rest in peace to Chinks.
Rest in peace to Chinks.
Right.
Rest in peace to all the fallen kings.
Everybody.
In conclusion, here at V.S.O.P, we want to salute you. I'm very humble to have you in our presence, in my presence.
Mm-hmm.
Salute to that.
Make sure y'all look out for that Get Back project. the Rockfall Project,
Let them know where they can find it at.
the Black Beach Boy Project. It's gonna be on CAU2GS.com, but those are the projects we're working on right now. And
Shout out to Grandma, anything current as well.
yo, right now, you already know, you can go check out the Protocol video. You know what I mean? That's on YouTube, shot by Rock Boy. I got another single, I Don't Know. That's me and Meet Sims. It's on iTunes right now. Like, right now, I'm about to get,
Shout out
like,
to Meet Sims.
fully loaded. And I got this new record, a couple of things coming out, shit called Tupac shit. I got a few joints, like some features that
I see
niggas
you got
wouldn't
the
believe.
apparel going on as well.
Oh yeah,
The
shouts
Far Rock
out to
apparel.
farrockshop.com. You know what I'm saying? You could go to them at Far Rock Shop. You know what I mean? These my peoples. You know what I mean? They got the stat. Chainsaw that.
Right.
Shout out to Papa Style. He got the rock shit too. You know what I mean? And everybody that's doing anything. And Bino got the Blood of Gold.
The Blood of Gold.
Blood of
Facts.
Gold. You know what I'm
Salute.
saying? So salute to Bino for his shit. He got the new project coming out. Drop Top featuring me. It's gonna be crazy though.
Right. Peace.